It's been a while since we did a video, and I don't want to just jump right back into videos without explaining to you guys where I've been and what I've been doing. First of all, I'm talking to you on my new camera. This is the Sony Action Cam AS20. Why might that sound familiar to you guys? Because all the other videos that you've been watching me on, for the most part, is a Sony Action Cam AS20. I love this camera. Wide angle lens. I can pretty much have this like anywhere and I'm still in it. It's in a protective case, which I cut the case open in the front and I put wind blocker so you can still hear me good. It's not tinny sounding like a GoPro, and it blocks the wind so you don't have all that heavy wind sound. So we're still using that. These blinds need to be kind of shut a little bit, sorry. I've been really hunkering down on work. When I say work, I mean my driving job, because I went from hourly to production. And if you don't know what that means, instead of getting paid an hourly rate, you get paid I love my kids. It's a coupon, $10 off purchase of $20 or more for Marco's Pizza. Instead of getting paid an hourly rate, like 15, 16, 17, 20 bucks an hour, you get paid commission. And the commission is based on how many, how much work you get done and your hours. So they do like a weird way of doing it, but you take like all your days production and you take all your days miles and whatever they pay you by the mile, you add all that up together and then you divide that number by the amount of hours you work that day, and that decides your hourly wage for that day. 5 days a week, that then every day at the end of the week, you take your week's worth of production points, your week's worth of mileage, add that all together, divide it by your week's worth of hours, and that comes out to what you get paid per hour. And then that can be 13, 14, 18, 22. It all depends on you. And then anything over 40 hours is time and a half of that amount. So you're not losing overtime. It's up to you to hustle so you get the the largest paycheck you can in the shortest amount of time. Where some people make a mistake though in our company is they try to they clock in late and they clock out early even though they're still on the property, and they think that that's going to give them a higher that does give you a higher hourly wage for the day, but at the end of the week you might be missing 10 hours compared to somebody else, and 10 hours of overtime at even less of an hourly wage is going to be more than 10 less hours of overtime but a slightly higher hourly wage, because overtime's time and a half, so that overcompensates for the... So what I've been doing is I've been really hunkering down and really concentrating hard on maximizing my time and efficiency when it comes to the truck driving job. And I'm not trying to brag, I'm not trying to, say anything, but I have been doing the most production in the company over the course of the past month, and I've been doing it in less hours than I used to work, and I'm making more money in my paycheck now than I ever did, and I'm doing it in less hours. And that's because I had to really hunker down. I had to put the cameras up. I had to really concentrate on what I was doing and figure out a pattern, what's going to work better, if I do it this way or if I do it that way. If I come in at this time or if I come in at that time. If I go home at this time or if I go home at that time. And so that's where my focus has been, because ultimately I love YouTube and I love you guys. But I need to make a living, I need to provide for myself, and I have responsibilities with my children. So I had to maximize all that. So that's where I've mainly been for the past 3 weeks or so. Add to that, I've been jogging to work and jogging home. So what I've been doing in preparation for the marathon, which we're going to talk about, is I'd take my truck to work on Monday, and then I'd jog home Monday afternoon. and then I ride my bike in Tuesday, and then I'd ride my bike home Tuesday afternoon, and then I'd jog in Wednesday, and then I would jog home Wednesday afternoon, and then Thursday I would jog in or take my bike depending on how I feel, and back, you know. And then Friday I would jog in or take my bike in, and then if I took my bike, throw it in the bed of my truck and bring it home with me after work Friday. So that's what I was doing every day in preparation for the marathon. And it's all in the dark. So I haven't really been able to share that with you guys either. And then on the weekends, I've been kind of relaxing, and I had my boys. So somebody asked me where I've been about a week ago, and I said, look, man, there's not too much going on right now for like lawns and pressure washing, and I don't want to force content and be somebody trying to stay relevant right now, when the truth of the matter is I would put up crappy content. And I don't want to put up crappy content, so I've just been answering your questions and your comments and stuff like that back in the comment section and staying, you know, with you guys in that sense, but I didn't want to force content. So let's move on to what I've been doing in my home. I've been doing a lot of work in my home too and getting things kind of situated. I'm comfortable with my life now. I'm comfortable with the divorce. I'm comfortable with my children. My children are very comfortable with me. We have the best relationship right now that we've ever had. We're closer than ever. And the time that we have together, although it's only about 4 days a month, every other weekend, we maximize that time, and we pack our weekends absolutely jam-packed of fun and excitement and travel and doing things. And that's where my priorities have been, and it's working. And like I said, me and my two boys are closer than we've ever been, and we share so much. And that's what I want to share with you guys today real quick as well, and just kind of show you guys something like where my heart is, okay? These pictures were made for me, and these were my Christmas present from my sister-in-law's friend. She's an artist, and she signed them. They're in the frame so you don't see it. But that's Matthew, and she drew that by hand. She's like 20-something years old. All right, and then you got Nathaniel, and she signed them. And this has been my focus, is these two boys, okay? And I bought this and hung this up because this is really our kind of our anthem right now for me and my kids. Is life is an adventure, and every weekend that we're together, you know, we're doing it. This is my sports room, so my intentions are I'm going to put some of their sports stuff up here. Nathaniel's big into baseball, first base position. He's been doing this now 4 or 5 years. He's pretty awesome. We're going to get Matthew into karate here soon. We're going to hang their belts and medals and stuff up. I'm going to put some shelves. This is the sports room, and I got Tweedledee and Tweedledum inside because it's cold out now, so they can't be outside. This, of course, is my wall of charity. Last year, you guys helped me raise over $500 for this. St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. There's the link, dansvlog.com, at the beginning of this video. All right, and that's where you can donate. Last year, you guys got me over $500 to them, not to me, to them, but in our name. And that was awesome. And this was the jersey that they gave me and when I finished, all right? And then this is coming up November 11th of this year, but that was last year's. And then we did this December 3rd, so that's coming up again, which we're going to do. This was Father's Day this year, and then this is the new shirt they gave me for this year's run that's coming up next weekend, November 4th. So that's November 4th. That's November 11th. I'm going to have my boys for November 4th, and I'm going to have my boys for November 11th, and that's Veterans Day. And I'm showing you my house because some people have asked me about my house, and they asked me, sorry about the light, they've asked me about, some people are nice about it, some people are rude about it. So I figured, you know what, I'm going to get back into videos with you guys, but we're going to do it kind of personal, all right? So, you know, I mean, you see Old Glory's up there, and yes, I do take it very personal that the players are disrespecting the flag and the anthem in the NFL. And as you see, it's Sunday afternoon, and if you touch my TV, it's cold to the touch. Except for NASCAR or some Netflix or something, I have no intentions of putting the NFL on until they get a grip of this crap. These were pictures that we took a long time ago, back when me and my wife were still married. We had a photographer do that. There's that there, and then this one here. Pretty cool little pictures, black and white. And here is a picture of Rocky. So when you walk in from my garage, that's the first thing you see. This is my room over here. We'll get to it. Here's my kitchen. That's Oreo. That's a picture of my son's dog, Oreo. That's a bulldog. He's a puppy. He's about 7 or 8 months old in that picture. There's Nathaniel playing ball. There's Matthew, the 2 boys, picking our nose, drawing that the kids did. I got a roast going for tonight. Some onion, some peppers, or some potatoes and carrots, beef roast going with some gravy that I make. And that's K-Cups for the Keurig. That's a whole box of K-Cups. So this are their school pictures, okay, Matthew and Nathaniel. 2 years ago, or 1 year ago, not last year, not this year's school. That's last year's school. I got a fingerprint or something on there. This picture, and this is very important to me. This is the part of me that I wanted to kind of share with you guys. And for all you fathers out there that are divorced or separated or married still, take a lesson from me. Get out with your kids and build memories. All right, this right here, and I have an ongoing thing with my ex-wife right now. I give her a lot of crap about these pictures that they've had made, and they're really nice pictures. The photographer had her settings overexposed, so they're too bright. It's really overexposed, and it's all posed pictures. And I give her crap about that, but everybody does that. I mean, that's a posed picture, but I mean, that's a school picture. But, you know, everybody does that. And I'm like, no, you need to make memories. Go out and make memories. And this is a memory that me and my boys made. This is actually Savannah Hilton Head International Airport. This is the walkway right here, and we're looking down. On the other side of the building is the flight line and all the airplanes. This is the second floor. That's your departure. And first floor is your arrivals. And this is the green fountain for St. Patrick's Day. It was that weekend, St. Patrick's Day weekend, and they had the fountain green. Really super cool. That's a really cool view. And so I snapped that picture, and I thought that'd be great to frame it. And so we framed it. And every time I look at this, and I put it between my 2 boys because that's a memory. And we created a memory. And every time my boys come over, they look at that picture, and they remember that time with their father. So that's why I'm addressing you guys today. Get out there, moms, single moms, dads, single dads, moms and dads that are married. Get out there with your kids, make memories. There's more to show. I got a lot more to show. These are this year's school pictures, and I bought this Live, Love, Laugh, these little hearts, and I'll show you. These come as a set for Walmart. In Walmart, it was like 20 bucks, and you get these 3 things, and then I'll show you the rest later. And there's a hook on the bottom on the inside, and you hang a picture with tassel or with string. So you put live, love, laugh, and then there's 3 pictures that you hang, and then there's other sets, and I'll show you. But that's this year's school pictures that I did. I bought brand new furniture. That's tables new, those little beanbag chairs, couch, love seat, drink holders. This comes up. This reclines. That reclines. That reclines, that reclines. Came with the table, coffee table, end table, the picture frame. That's my son, another memory, very important. That's his first time having strawberry crepes at IHOP. Now, he loves them, gets them every time. That's a couple weekends ago. Another real memory, not a posed crap, and that's so important. This lamp, this candle holder, and another candle holder over here. That all came as a set, so I bought all that. Got the carpets cleaned. Right now my dogs are outside, but you know, Rocky Manning, and came with these little balls. These are like hard balls, whatever. I don't know, whatever. So that dent in the wall happened when I was trying to move the couch over here, and I lost control of it. It's really freaking heavy furniture, very well built. In the corner, scraped it and put a hole. Oh, I hung curtains. If you go back in my videos, anytime we're in my house, I've lived in this home now for 4 years and I never had curtains. I finally got curtains there. let's see, you've seen the kitchen. So, like I said, I just want to get a little bit personal with you guys, just show you. My kids drew this. Matthew drew this one. And, I mean, is that not worthy of hanging? That's just gorgeous. And then Nathaniel did these birds. And so I put it up here on this little thing that fits. And there's some more drawings from them. More stuff there. And I cleaned up their toy room. And, you know, set up the bed, which my mother is coming into town December 15th. I already bought her ticket. So she'll be here December 15th to the 29th. So she's going to crash in this room, so she'll have a bed. And what I'll do is, you know, she's got plenty of closet space to hang clothes. And what I'll do is I'll just move everything, you know, shelf space or whatever. I don't know, whatever she needs. But she'll be here for a couple weeks to be with me for Christmas. And if she wants, she can play with puppets and stuff. She can shoot Nerf guns or whatever. But yeah, we'll have this all done. So I set this room up, you know, kind of to be like a spare room and a toy room for the kids. That room's occupied with a roommate. We're not going to discuss roommate because that's her business. And she's got the doggy door, the doggy gate, I mean, to keep the dogs out of her room. And, you know, that's smart because they're, you know, they're pretty big and you don't always want to be attacked by dogs. So that's what we got going on right here. So the living room, the dining room, and I've been really busy with this, with the furniture, with pictures, with organizing and hanging and stuff like that, and working, you know, as much as I'm working. And the kitchen, and cooking, and cleaning. Now, I rearranged my room. My bed used to be against this wall here. Some of you guys might remember that. It used to go this way. I put it here. I put these half little blind thingies up because I didn't want the whole thing. And then what I might do is put valances up here and here. And then I still like the light to come in. And then that dent is from Matthew, but we don't know from what yet. Crazy. I just ordered all new bedding from Groupon too. Got my little helicopter there. Kids love that. And I moved my office here. So my little office area is here. And in my room. So that way my roommate doesn't have to look at that crap. You know what I mean? She's here. She deserves to live in a home and not a YouTube studio or, you know, cameras and crap all over the place. She shouldn't be seeing that. That's not right. This has become my masterpiece. Those hearts out in the other room that I showed you, live, love, laugh. These are the three things that you would hang from it. You don't have to use those, but I use them here because I like the style. But you get this picture, that picture frame, and this picture frame, and you got those strings. So you'd have the heart up here. And then this hooks to the back of the heart. But I decided to put the hearts out there. And then this is my wall of fame. And this is stuff that me and my boys get out and do when I have them. So this is actually from their mom. Their mom sends me pictures and I print them. So that's Nathaniel sound asleep on that dog that was on my refrigerator with his tongue hanging out. Oreo, the bulldog. That's at his place. That's at his mom's. Sound asleep on his dog. So she'll send me little pictures like that. That's Matthew at the Greek restaurant downtown. Here are the boys here. Here they are on a ride. Stuffed alligator. There's Matthew. That's them at the Okefenokee swamp. This one still needs a picture, but that's, I believe, at the swamp. Yeah, the swamp. That's a charity thing they did for their school. We donated money to their school, and they did a run. There's Nathaniel in the alligator. There's the kids sharing a meal, a nice Italian meal. So these are all real memories that the boys have, you know, and I think that's really cool. And so I've been taking the time to do that, to build this, and to just do pictures, and you know what I mean? That's what I've been doing. That's where I've been at right now in my head. This is a really cool picture. Hopefully you guys can see this. That's a can that I'm repoing out of a building in downtown Savannah. And I thought that was just an awesome view, and I snapped that picture and sent it to my boss, telling him I got it, because I had to back into the building and raise my boom up as close as I could to the building, stretch my cable out, snatch the can, drag the can as far out as I could, and start getting it onto the back of my truck without the can hitting the top of the opening of that garage door. So that was really a tight one there, and it had to be done lickety split. So, and it's an old building in downtown Savannah, and I mean, I just think that's gorgeous. I thought that was a gorgeous picture. It looks like a 1950s picture of work being accomplished. So I got that printed out. Walgreens, baby. Walgreens. Do it all at Walgreens. Oh, and in my bathroom, somebody asked me when is the last time I clean, and I mean, I'm pretty clean, you know what I mean? Somebody was like saying that, like, when's the last time you actually cleaned your house, not had your girlfriend or wife or cleaners do it, but did it yourself or something? And I was just like, oh my God, are you serious? Like every weekend? I mean, but yeah, kill that light. I want to show you guys something now. Let's start with YouTube. Let's check out what you guys have been doing with me. This is the Social Blade real-time subscribers count. I haven't looked at this in forever. 16,183. 195. So we're about to turn 16,200 subscribers. So thank you guys very, very, very much. And since my last video that I put up, we've actually gone up like 700 or 800 subscribers without me even putting videos up. Still very strong presence on YouTube. Still a lot of subscribers and views. Still a lot of comments. You guys are still keeping me very busy with the comments, and I like that. A lot of people are learning a lot of good stuff, and I'm helping a lot of people out, and I really like that. So the next thing I want to show you guys is what you guys have been doing. Dan's vlog, the Rock and Roll Savannah Marathon. So when you go to www.dansvlog.com, this is what comes up. This is where you can donate, and look at what you guys have done. Look at this. Unbelievable, guys. I upped the goal to 1,500 because my goal was 1,000, and because you guys blew that away, $1,368. You've almost tripled last year. So I upped the goal to 1,500. We still got 1 week to go. So if anybody wants to jump in and try to help me get to that 1,500, man, that'd be great. I would really, really appreciate that. But moreover, St. Jude and the children would really, really appreciate that. But I just want to give you guys a real heartfelt thank you. $1,368, man. That really is great. And I really have not pushed it this year like I pushed it last year. There's a few videos where we talk about it. A few times I mention it to you guys. And I noticed that I do get a pickup in donations. But I don't want to be that guy. I'm not an activist. It's there. Anybody that goes to dansvlog.com, if you go to any of my latest videos, it starts with the sound of the lawnmower, and dansvlog.com, you know, is there. And if anyone's like, oh, what's dansvlog.com? You'll go to this page, and if you want to donate, you can donate. I'm not going to beat anybody up. I don't want to shame people. I don't want to pressure people. And I just wanted to kind of sit back, remind you guys every once in a while that it's there, and sit back and see what happens with just social media and what can happen. And that's what happened. $1,368. So really, thank you so much for that. And what that did is that got me some gifts from St. Jude too, which I don't understand. Why don't, you know, but the gifts are probably donated to them, and then they send it to us, you know, I don't know. But I got like a little backpack. I got this hat that I'm wearing for the kid, you know, their emblem. In fact, I got 2 of these hats now. I think I got one when I hit 500, and I got one when I hit 1,000. I got a backpack. I got 2 shirts. Pretty cool, you know, pretty cool. But because of you guys, we did that. So I really wanted to say thank you for that. $1,368. That's a lot. And my training for this marathon that's coming up, like I said, is daily. We're doing it. We're running and riding bikes. So I'm not overdoing the running. So I'm doing both. And so the marathon will be next weekend, November 4th. So if anybody wants to donate, still you can by going to dansvlog.com and donate. You can do it anonymous or whatever. The next weekend we're going to do a charity bike ride. There's no links for that, but that's not something for you guys to like donate to. But we'll be in Claxton, Georgia, November 11th. Me and my boys, and we're just going to do the small 18-mile one. And it's going to be their first ride, and they're going to be on BMX bikes. I'll be on a mountain bike. So we'll ride as far as Matthew can ride to maybe the first rest stop, and then we'll probably just turn around and go back. Usually it's like 8 to 10 miles to your first rest stop or something like that. And they got SAG vehicles, support and gear. They can pick you up if you can't make it. But it's an all-day affair out in the country, and there's lots of hills. So I'll make sure that the boys are well taken care of. Show them some fun on some hills. They never rode their bikes on hills like they're going to have an opportunity to do. So we're going to do that on the 11th. And that's Veterans Day weekend. And then the next weekend, I don't know what we're going to do. That's going to be another weekend I have them. So the next 3 weekends in a row, I'll have my boys. That means not many videos for you guys, except I'm going to try to do the marathon for St. Jude, for the Savannah Rock and Roll Marathon. I'm going to try to do that video. All right, so that's what's coming up. There's one more thing I want to talk to you guys about. Let me see if I can pull it up real quick. This video right here, HOA violation. All right, 107,000 views. We put it up about 2 months ago. That's number one. And then we came back in and we did return of the HOA violator. She became a lawn service customer. Part 1, new lawn service. Okay. And then we came in and we did, those are all the hurricanes. Part 2, curb appeal. I need to finish this series with you guys, okay? It's a 3-part video series, and so there's some things that we need to talk about. Number 1, she was not in violation of any of the pressure washing. She was not in violation for lawn mowing. She was not in violation for the bushes. She was not in violation for weed eating, okay? She got the warning about the edging for the street curb and the sidewalks, and that's something that is enforced here, but not pressure washing, stuff like that. That's not enforced here. It's recommended, of course, because anytime you can, you know, pretty up your yard, you're going to pretty up the neighborhood, and everybody, you know, gains. But she was not in violation of those things. So a lot of people have a misconception and come in and blast me and blast her and blast the HOA about no way in the world is it your responsibility to wash a sidewalk that birds poop on. Right. And nobody said that it was. You guys are assuming. The return of the HOA violator is return of the person. That's the person's property. That's not return of HOA violations. So a little bit, you guys have gotten a little bit confused over that 3-part video series. She was in violation of only one thing, and that was the edging. From there, we went on. Now, when I put that first video up to the last video, you guys hammered her. Relentlessly, to the point where I had to delete comments because they were just really downright ignorant and rude. Some of them I let stay, and she read them, and she was really taken back by it, that people could be like that. And I'm like, well, it's the internet. In their own little world, everything is perfect, but they're the first ones to, you know, that you hope throws the rock in their own glass home, because you know their life is just as effed up as anybody else's life. When what they see is all bad, then usually that means they're surrounded by all bad. You know what I mean? Like, if you immediately suspect your partner of cheating, why? We'll put that thought in your head, cheater. You know what I'm saying? So I talked to her about it and kind of calmed her down, because she was about to come on and start taking y'all on and explaining her life to you guys. And I told her it's not your business at this point your business at this point in her life. What got her in this position? The point is, we're cleaning up something and we're doing it. But she has now moved away. And so I wanted to kind of take a minute and explain to you guys what's going on. That's Sarah from videos from last year, where Sarah took my kids horseback riding. She was married, happy life, happy wife. He's always overseas on a contract, and she found some stuff out and had to file for divorce. With that, he cut her off pretty much financially. So she's a full-time student, basically working a full-time job, has a horse to maintain and a ranch to, to help work at as part of her horse rent. I mean, she just 24 years old, and all this just happened to her. The fact that the worst thing that happened in her life in this sense, like, as a result of that, is she got a violation letter from an HOA, doesn't make her a bad person. And so all you guys that were really calling her names, like, oh, if that's how she has the outside of her house, I can only imagine what the inside looks like. I've been in her house plenty of times to help her with her dog, to help take her dog out. I've brought her dog over here for the weekends when she'd get away to go to her mom's or whatever, or when she worked late, I'd get the dog, and the dog would stay with me, and my dog's, the inside of her house is just fine. And, her truck is just fine. And her life is just fine. She had a man, and, he would come into town once in a while, and everything would get cleaned up, and then in between, she might ask me if I could cut the yard. Sometimes she'd get out there and cut the yard. Sometimes when her family would visit, they would help her with the yard. So over the course of the 4 years that we lived here, and she lived here, she moved in a month after me, her place was always in good repair. So this happened. And you guys were pretty hard on her about it. But you didn't know. But still, you guys were pretty hard on her about it. So maybe you can get a little lesson in this and just be like, there might be some circumstances. And the reason why I didn't share that with you guys is because I don't need to tell the internet that there's a 24-year-old woman living by herself and exactly where she's at. Because if you've been following my channel, you know where I live, and you know she's my neighbor. So it's not hard to identify her yard and come in the middle of the night and hurt her. So I'm not going to put that business out there. I sort of did to a point, a little bit. I was like, she's on her own. But I didn't want to say that her man up and left her. She's totally on her own. She don't really have nothing. Nobody helping her except me. She called on me to help her, and so I did. So back off of her a little bit. Don't worry about it. You didn't know, but now you know. So she did really freaking good in life. She's doing really good in life. But she's moved away. She didn't renew the lease. It came due. She's out. The house is clean. The inspection is in a few days. I'm going to mow the yard one more time for her. And she's living with some friends until she finishes this semester, and then she's going home or something like that. And that's it. So she's okay. She's a good person. And the inside of her house is not trash. Now, I just said something. I'm going to help her out. I'm going to do her yard one more time. Some of you guys attacked me, and I understand why you did, because I said in the very first video, a neighbor in need with a checkbook. I shouldn't have said that. When I said a neighbor in need, I meant proximity. That she's in my neighborhood. That this is an account that's in my neighborhood. It's a neighbor. I don't have to travel, and it's a perfect scenario for a side hustle. Is you can make money on somebody that needs your services. That's what I meant by that, but that's not what I said. So I'm not going to hold you guys responsible for how you attacked me with not being neighborly and not just helping a woman that needed help. And a lot of you guys attacked me for that. And I didn't want to get into a fight, but I did explain that, there are life circumstances, maybe hers, maybe not hers, but there are circumstances when a neighbor has to fall. When your neighbor makes choices on a consistent basis, and you can't always go over there and mow their yard for free. You can't always go over there and fix their tires. I mean, if it's a senior citizen that can't rub two nickels together on a fixed income, okay. If it's a young person that's going out, drinking, buying TVs and PlayStations and Xboxes and stuff like that, and then doesn't have the money to hang their shutters properly, and you go over there to do it, and then you realize, holy crap, you know, eventually you go, oh, man, I can't do this anymore. I'm not going to do this for free. So I did explain that, you know, don't confuse being neighborly with getting involved with somebody who's consistently making life's choices that then require their neighbors to bail them out. That's a difference. And that's what I meant. But, truth be told, I never collected a single penny from the HOA Violator. Sarah did not pay me one penny from the time she got her notification and asked me if I can edge her yard. I did her entire yard for her because I knew the situation she was in. I did the entire yard for her, and we videoed it. And then she called me in a few weeks, and she asked me, you know, how much to do my yard, you know, on a regular basis until she moves away. And I said, look, I got a video of your yard, you know, and it's generating revenue from YouTube, and people go from there to Amazon, and they're clicking links, and, you know, I got revenue coming in off of your misfortune. I'm not going to charge you for that cut, and I'm not going to charge you for any other cut that you need from me. So until you move, I'll do your lawn for you. I'll help you out, and I'll get you, you know, make sure that your house gets through inspection. So for all you guys that attacked me for charging a neighbor when I should just be neighborly, truth is I didn't charge her, and that's the God's honest truth. I did not charge her not one penny. She's offered dessert. I said no. She offered dinner, like, you know, gift cards or whatever. Not romantic. I mean, the girl's 24. I'm 47. It's nothing like that. But I mean, she's like, look, I got to do something. And I was like, nope, I don't want anything. I'm just going to help you out, and just, you know my channel. Just watch the videos and don't be upset over any of the comments. And I said, when you move away, maybe you and I will sit down on your tailgate and we'll have a talk with YouTube and explain. We'll introduce you. But she slipped out before I had a chance to do that. I didn't realize this weekend was coming so fast, and she's out. So she got the last of her stuff out, and the cleaners came yesterday or Friday. So she's out. But that's the truth, guys. All right. She got in over her head, but not because of her fault. Her man left her high and dry and cut her off financially, and she did what she had to do to get by, and I think she did a really good job. And I helped her as a neighbor should help her, and I showed her that I was going to use her video, and we would explain things later and make a lesson out of it for my YouTube followers, that yes, sometimes, even in your side hustle, even as a business owner, you might find yourself in a position that you can do something for somebody and you can do it for free, and good things can still come from it. We made some revenue on these videos, and she got to see, you know, she got to read comments and stuff, and she got to get her blood boiling, but she also got to see some of you guys saying some really nice things about how great it is that, you know, she sucked it up and asked for help and this and that and this and that. So it became a life lesson for her. This is kind of a life lesson for you guys. Don't judge everything by what you see in a YouTube video. You're only seeing a very snippet in time. You don't know the whole thing. You don't, you know. A perfect example, Casey Neistat. Somebody said, hey, Casey, how come you never say you love you to your wife? And he's like, I tell my wife I love her all the time. But you guys are only seeing an 8-minute video of my days, of my life, of my day's life. 8-minute video, an 8-minute video of my day, of my life. And the other 23 hours and whatever, 52 minutes, you don't see. And that's where I'm kissing my wife, hugging my wife, loving my wife, her loving me, her kissing me hugging and kissing my kid. You know, and he explained all that for you to see. Yeah. And that made perfect sense. So for you guys, I say the same thing. Please don't just take a video that you see, whether it's on my channel or anybody else's channel, and just jump right in and start assuming you know everything by what you see right there. There are things that are happening behind the scenes that you just don't know about, and maybe you shouldn't be so judgmental. And it wasn't my place to explain all that to you guys at the time. I wanted to just entertain you. I wanted to do some good videos, some good edits. I wanted to do some good before and afters. I wanted to show you guys how equipment works, edging crap, taking care of a violation, getting somebody's yard in order, and how good things can happen, you know, from a violation to a full-time gig. She hired me full-time. That can happen all the time, anywhere you go. That's part of being a small business owner or having a side hustle, and that happened. The circumstances behind it, a lot of people ran with it in their own mind as to what was going on, not really realizing what, and the words I used weren't the best of words, so I kind of led you that way. So I want to apologize for that, but I wanted to explain to you guys what the deal is there. So if everybody wants to wish Sarah good luck, those of you that want to say you're sorry for being so hard on her, you can. But for those of you that just, you know, want to learn from that, you can. And for me, like I said, I did all that work 100% for free for you guys, for the entertainment value, for the edits, for the before and afters, for the lesson, for the side hustle business, for all that. And yeah, I made a little bit of revenue with it, but I'm going to ask you guys if you liked that video series, and if you think I should have got paid for doing all the work that I did, then do me a favor. We got 1 week left. Go to dansvlog.com and throw $5 on the St. Jude Children's Research Hospital and give that money to them. Send it to them. Let's try to get that up to $1,500 or as close as we can get it to. That would be great. That's all the thanks that I need, and that's what I told her too. Is that, you know, with about a week to go, I'll go ahead and we'll put a video up and explain who you are and how we got to this point. And I'll ask people if they'll pick up the tab for all my work that I did, if they'll just send some money to St. Jude. So you can do that anonymous. You can do it in your name. You can do it in any name you want. You can show the amount. You can not show the amount. So that's totally up to you. So that's dansvlog.com. I'll link to it below in the comments. And so that's it. Going forward, I'm not sure when my next video is going to be, but please go through my playlist of building a business, my pressure wash business videos, real-time mowing, maintenance on your mowers. I got so many videos. I got almost 500 videos. So please just go through, find some stuff that's interesting. I'm still here. I'm still reading comments every day. My truck's broke at work this week. They're changing the rear end, just from time, the trunnion gears and all that crap. So they're going to change that stuff out. So I'm riding shotgun with somebody this week. So I'm going to give a little bit of knowledge to somebody who's new and see if, you know, just get through this week and get to the marathon. So I'll see you guys. The next video I'm going to do is going to be the marathon video. And then we're going to be doing a get off my balls video where we're going to fix my backyard. I'm tired of you guys picking on me about my backyard and how it's the ghetto. So we're going to redo my entire backyard here coming up in November. And I mean, we're going to redo my entire backyard. So I got some pretty big plans back there. And that's the deal. So I just wanted to touch base, take you guys on a tour, show you what I've been doing in my house. Those of you that have been with me for a long time see the changes in the house. They see the furniture. They, you know, you see all the stuff. And that's about it. So there's my dogs. And I'll be back. My dogs. I'll be back on the next video. And until then, please keep commenting. And all the links below go to all the cool items that I buy, from hand grinders to everything. So I'll see you guys soon. Thank you very much. Bye.
This is what we can.